I never thought I was that good. I always felt like I had to work really hard, and even then I had to get a little bit lucky. A lot of athletes suffer from it a little bit, but the imposter syndrome a little bit. I never thought I was that good. I always felt like I had to work really hard, and even then I had to get a little bit lucky. And even then, if I had a really, really good race, it was because X, Y, and Z wasn't there, or so I always suffered a little bit from that throughout my career. And I felt like the only way I could counteract that was having some really good work ethic. And yeah, I really think that's sort of what sort of helped shape me as the athlete I was from a very early young age, which, like I said, I didn't really know I had at the time, but people had identified it.
Yeah. What level of this drive and the way that you approach life do you think was nature versus nurture in terms of your parents' upbringing and the atmosphere you found yourself in?
Good question. I'd say a little bit of both. My dad was, he was into the sport with me from a young age. Maybe some thought it was a little bit pushy, but it was always driven from me.
Mm.
It was never him waking me up at 4:15 a.m. and saying I have to go swimming. It was, you come and wake me up if you want to go swimming. But if you're waking me up, then you're doing it properly. So he definitely instilled that from me from a young age, and my brother, who also was into swimming at the time. And so that was always their belief, is that, it's your choice, but if you're going to do it, you're going to work hard at it, and we're going to do it properly. Um, and especially my dad is a hard worker. He's now 70 years old, and he runs his own business. It's just a wholesaling business that he has, and he works from 3 a.m. to, I don't know, 6 p.m. and
Wow.
he's 7 years old, so it's definitely something that was, I guess, a little bit of both when
Mm.
you talk about that nurture first nature.